Here's something you don't expect from a gas-powered Class A in 2026. The moment this coach rolls by, people actually stop and stare. Welcome back to NextGen Motorhomes, the channel where future-ready RVs meet real road life stories. If you love seeing what's next in motorhomes, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this one is a perfect example of where the industry is heading. Today, we're taking a full experience-driven journey through the Entegra Coach Emblem 2026, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coach quietly punches above its weight. Alright, let's start where every great RV story begins, the first impression. Picture yourself walking into a modern RV showroom. Bright lights, polished floors, and then you see it. The Emblem 2026 doesn't scream for attention, but it commands it. Clean, confident lines. A refined, upscale paint scheme that feels more luxury hotel than campground toy. The color combinations are balanced and contemporary, designed to look just as good parked in front of a high-end RV resort as it does pulled up at a scenic overlook. This is a full-size Class A gas motorhome, and it owns its space. The stance is wide, planted, and reassuring. On the road, it has that unmistakable road presence that says, "This isn't a rental. This is home." Quick shift here, because size matters. Depending on the floor plan, you're looking at lengths that push into the mid to upper 30-foot range. Long enough to feel expansive inside, but not so intimidating that you feel like you're wrestling a bus through every turn. The body design is aerodynamic without trying too hard, and the integrated windshield and front cap give it a sleek, modern face. This is one of those coaches that looks expensive even before you know what it costs. And here's your first wow moment. Despite being gas-powered, the Emblem doesn't look like it's making compromises. Entegra's build quality shows up in the details. Clean panel gaps, solid compartment doors, and a finish that feels deliberate. This is where you start realizing Entegra didn't build this to be just good enough. Now let's climb inside and talk about the cockpit, because this is where your relationship with a motorhome truly begins. Slide into the driver's seat, and the first thing you notice is how natural everything feels. This isn't a cockpit that overwhelms you with buttons or leaves you hunting for controls. It's based on the Ford F-53 chassis, which means familiarity if you've driven modern trucks, but elevated for long-haul comfort. The captain's chairs are supportive, wide, and built for hours on the road without fatigue. Visibility is excellent, with that massive panoramic windshield giving you a clear view of the world ahead. Here's perspective number one, the driver's view. You're sitting high, with a commanding line of sight over traffic. Lane changes feel confident. Mirrors are well positioned. You feel in control, not perched on top of something unstable. Steering input is predictable, and the wheel feels solid in your hands. Now perspective number two, the co-pilot. This is where road trips become shared experiences. The passenger seat isn't an afterthought. It's just as comfortable, with great forward visibility and a clear view of the infotainment and dash layout. This is where your travel partner navigates, DJs the road trip playlist, or simply enjoys the view rolling by. It feels social, not isolated. Quick transition, because this is important. The Emblem is designed to reduce driver stress. Long drives feel easier, and that matters more than any spec sheet number. Alright, let's move into the living space, because this is where the Emblem starts telling its real story. Step inside, and the atmosphere changes immediately. It feels calm, open, and thoughtfully designed. The ceiling height gives you breathing room, and the layout flows naturally from front to back. This isn't just an RV interior, it's a space designed for actual living. The kitchen is where mornings begin and evenings wind down. Picture brewing coffee while sunlight pours through large windows. Counter space is generous for a Class A gas coach, making meal prep feel realistic, not cramped. Storage is placed where you expect it to be, which sounds simple, but it's surprisingly rare. Everything has a place, and that makes life on the road smoother. Transition again, because this is where lifestyle kicks in. The dining area isn't just a spot to eat. It's where you plan the day, work remotely, play cards, or just sit and talk while rain taps on the roof outside. Seating is comfortable, and the layout encourages conversation. You can imagine lingering here long after the plates are cleared. Now walk toward the bedroom, and the vibe shifts again. This space is about rest and reset. The bed feels residential, not temporary. Storage is smartly integrated so you're not living out of bags. This is where you sleep deeply after a long drive and wake up ready for another adventure. And then there's the bathroom. Practical, efficient, and designed for daily use, not occasional convenience. Everything feels durable and easy to maintain, which is exactly what you want when this is your home for weeks or months at a time. Here's a surprise moment that catches many people off guard. The Emblem doesn't feel like a compromise between luxury and usability. It quietly delivers both. Mid-roll reminder real quick. If you're enjoying this deep dive into next-generation motorhomes, tap that like button and subscribe to NextGen Motorhomes. It tells YouTube you want more real-world RV content like this, and it helps us bring you even better walkthroughs. Alright, let's talk performance, because this is where skeptics usually raise an eyebrow. Under the hood, the Entegra Coach Emblem 2026 rides on the Ford F-53 chassis, powered by the proven 7.3-liter V8 gas engine. This engine delivers strong, confident power that feels right for a coach of this size. It's paired with a smooth-shifting torque-shift automatic transmission, designed specifically for heavy-duty applications like this. On the road, the Emblem feels stable and predictable. Acceleration is steady, not rushed, and highway cruising feels relaxed. You're not fighting the coach, you're guiding it. Handling through curves and gentle mountain grades feels composed, especially for a gas Class A. This is the kind of motorhome you can confidently take on long road trips without dreading the drive days. Fuel-wise, it delivers what you'd expect from a gas Class A, but here's the trade-off that many owners love. Maintenance is generally simpler and more accessible than diesel, and service centers are everywhere. For many travelers, that peace of mind is worth more than squeezing out an extra mile per gallon. Now let's talk about the emotional moment everyone waits for, the price. The Entegra Coach Emblem 2026 typically lands in a range that feels surprisingly reasonable for what you're getting. When you compare it to diesel pushers that can easily climb tens or even hundreds of thousands higher, the Emblem starts to look like a smart, strategic choice. Compared to other gas Class A competitors, Entegra's build quality, ride comfort, and interior refinement often put it a step ahead, even when prices are similar. This is where the Emblem shines. It's not trying to be the cheapest. It's trying to be the smartest buy. Final transition, because this is the big picture. The Entegra Coach Emblem 2026 is for travelers who want confidence without arrogance, comfort without excess, and quality without unnecessary complexity. It's for people who see the journey as just as important as the destination. If you see yourself as part of the next generation of RV owners, this coach makes a lot of sense. So now I want to hear from you. Would you choose a high-end gas Class A like the Emblem, or would you still go diesel? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this helped you, and subscribe to NextGen Motorhomes if you're serious about staying ahead in the RV world. We'll see you in the next one.